Hi there, my name's Pierrette White for As We Heal Each Other. Today I'm going in the backpack again, the backpack of my life. And the subject is going to be claustrophobic. Yep, it took 30 years about for me to show signs of it, because I was so good of hiding that I had a phobia. And the definition that I found was having an extreme or irrational fear of confined places, crowds, etc., etc. Well, I needed to find out why I was claustrophobic, because it would happen in places that would be normal to others. I'll give you a few examples and you tell me. When you're going to the movies, it's going to be in a dark room, right? So you're going to the theater, and then here you are. There's rows and rows and rows of seats. Like my husband would say, 600 seats, and they have to sit right beside us. Well, he's not wrong when he says that. So what happens is that I like to sit on the aisle. When I was with friends, and we were a group of us, they would choose where they would want to sit. I had no choice but to sit wherever, because I'm not a shit disturber. So I would go and sit wherever. Fine, I can handle it. I do my meditating. I pretend that I'm in a field of flowers and there's lots of air. Okay, so I do that because this is not my first rodeo. And then what happens is there's someone that gets up that's in the middle of the aisle that needs to go in front of you to go get some food and drinks. And then they didn't buy the small drink, they're going to buy the big drink. Then they come back, and then that person sits down. But they had friends with them, and they decide that they're going to pass in front of you. They go and they get drinks. And that story. Well, after you do that for, and the movie hasn't even started yet, and then the lights comes down, and then they come back, and then they want to sit and go back to their seat, and it's dark, and there's no room, and they've been doing this for at least 15 minutes. It's like, will you just sit down? That's what you're thinking in your head. Then you start to panic a little bit because there's too much, and then a lot of noise, and then, elbow room, no elbow room. So, okay, so you get the urge that you're like in a panic. But one day, what happened is I was with my husband, and before even getting to the theater, they were fixing the theater. They were repairing it. So where it said to go in, I thought to go in was this door, and I was first. So I went in, but they were repairing that one. So when I went to come back out, the door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out. And I banged on the door. Nobody answered. Okay, but it's dark in there. See, I didn't notice this because sometimes it's dark. So here I am going in further. Chairs piled. Carpet that was ripped piled. And it's like, okay, how am I getting out? So there's two other doors. Fine, I'm going to use one of those doors, right? That doesn't open. All right, so here I am panicking of course, because it's been a few minutes that I'm in there. Don't see a way out. Nobody hears me because I'm still knocking at the door and trying to get out. It doesn't work. So, all right. So what happened next is like, I got a cell phone. I'll call. Who to call? Where to call? I have no number. And at that time, I wasn't in cell phone mode. I wasn't like you guys all push buttons and blah, blah, blah. I just had call, receive. That's it. So anyways, what happened, and this was late, I had to go out the back way. Well, not many lights in the back way, and it was a theater where it had to go way that way, and back in. I didn't have the tickets because it was my husband, so he had the tickets, so to go in. But the thing was, now they say sometimes it's people making it up. Take it from me, I wasn't making it up. When I got to the person to go in, okay, and you show the tickets, the lady looked at me and she said, "Are you okay?" I said, and then I started to stutter. And then I was supposedly red. I was sweating. That's one thing. I was sweating. And she said, "Are you okay, ma'am? Are you okay?" And I was trying to tell her that I'm supposed to be in number 2 because I bought this ticket. Oh, she said, "That's being repaired." Yeah. So anyways, she let me go through. I said, "My husband's waiting for me. I've been, I don't know how long in there." And so she lets me go in without a ticket. And I said, "If you want, I'll come back and I'll show you the ticket." "No, no, ma'am. I believe you. I believe you." So here I go, and I go find my husband because we always sat the same spot. So I sat there, and he's looking at me. He said, "I thought that you were sick or something and you left. What took you so long?" And I'm trying to compose myself to let him know what happened. Finally told him. He said, "Oh my God, that must have been," well, no kidding. All this to say, that was one experience. Okay, I have many. But I needed to know after that why I'm claustrophobic. Because really, what's the reason since I was a child? Because this was way back when, like, I've had it for a long time. Now I can control it. But why is it that I got claustrophobic? And went to see someone, and we went back and back and back into my years to see where it started. Well, it started since I was born. No, it started before I was born. How can that happen? Well, I don't know what she did, but she said, "It has to be about your mom." Okay. You are going to have to ask your mom what happened to her when she was pregnant with you. Okay. Now see, I'm adopted. Fostered and adopted. So I had to ask my biological mother if this was a possibility. Well, to my surprise, yes, there was. Something in her past happened that she took a panic attack. Now, I can't go into details because it's not the proper place to put this information in there. But she took a panic attack and she was pregnant with me. So, ta-da, that where it first started. So, all to say that sometimes people judge other people because they say, "Well, she's making it up." I never asked for this, And it's not something that I ever told because I went to school. I took the school bus like anybody else. But where I sat was behind the bus driver. So this way you could go that way to get out, not this seat and then you go this way. Bus driver was here and then you could go that way. If I couldn't get there, I would be sitting where it says emergency window. I'd sit there. And if I couldn't get to those two seats, I would be sitting near the back door where it says emergency door. But never ever would I have told any of my friends, because then it would have been worse. Because, kids are kids. So, all to say that you need to go see where things starts to help you move ahead. So since that day, yes, there are things that happen, but I can control it. I've always been able to meditate, even when I've got my eyes open and there's someone right beside me. If I know that there's going to be something, I'll start breathing differently. And you can tell. My daughter used to say, oh no, here she goes again. And I breathe different. Okay? And then it's like, so I control it. So I don't know if this ever happened to you, that you've been claustrophobic. Has it? Can you control it? Do you know how to get to where you need to? See someone that can help you out? Because there are people like me that can help others. I'm a holistic health practitioner, and I did help people with their past, because we go to before they're born until the age they are now, and I go see what trauma they have received. This is one of my gifts. Nobody showed me how to do it. I just was downloaded with it. So this is how I was able to get some help for my situation. So I guess I needed to go through it to be able to help others. Now, my question to you is, I told you all this. Do you have a specific thing that you can do that you did not learn from somewheres, that you needed to learn for yourself? Learn how to control things. Say it's a panic attack. I know if I used to work for Red Cross in the office, and sometimes I would need to go and bring equipment like a wheelchair, crutches and things like that to the elderlies. And I needed to go in an elevator. Elevators. So I went in with the wheelchair because I wasn't going to carry the wheelchair 3 flights of stairs. So I go into the elevator and bring the wheelchair and then come out. And then I decided, okay, I'll take the stairs down, right? So that's what I did. So the lady that's downstairs, she said, I saw you going up with the in the elevator. You know that it took 20 minutes for that lady to get out? Oh, what lady? The lady just before you. And it's like, oh my God, I don't know what I would have done. Because I would be thinking of, if the elevator breaks down and it starts to fall, do I sit in the elevator? Do I stand? Do I go against the wall? Is it better to be in the middle of the elevator? Like, do I lay flat? Like, that was before. Now it's not as bad. One thing that I don't like is to have someone else with me that I know. I had what I would call an ex-husband, and he would come in the elevator, and he knew that I was claustrophobic. He would bounce the elevator like this. He would jump just to get it going a certain way. And it's like, so that's why it's better not to tell anyone that you have certain things. Secrets are good sometimes. I always say don't say secrets, but I guess I do for myself. Anyways, again, has it ever happened to you that you had something all your life and you needed to find out how to cure it, how to deal with it, and the only way you could do it was yourself? Has it? Leave me a note if you can, because I'd be curious to know what you did. If you have mastered to help someone else with it. Hey, that I did. So you may be able to do the same. So I hope this is going to help someone. I know it's a little long, but it happens. So I'm sending you energy, love, and a big hug to you, and yes, that's you. Bye now. Till next time.